What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you are having an amazing day. I wanted to weigh in on what's going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The season started off a bit slow, but it's picked up. So I want to, make a video just sharing my thoughts on what's going on with this core group. So, as you guys may have known, I'm not the only one that hasn't been watching as much as I used to. Back in the day, I used to love RHOA back when, Nene was on and Portia. And once they left, Cynthia's gone, Portia's gone, Phaedra's gone, Nene's gone, and they have a new core group. A lot of people are saying that, the show is boring, and a lot of people are complaining about Marlo. So I wanted to, share my thoughts on what's going on with this cast because from what I understand, they're afraid of being recast because the ratings are continuously declining. So the episode 4, I did watch that, and they went to Kenya's charity event in Birmingham, and it was a bit lackluster, especially since she wanted them to be like dressed to the nines. It seemed a bit business casual for me. It wasn't black tie like I feel like she made it out to be. But what really caught my attention was, Kenya was in her hotel room with her daughter Brooklyn, and Marlo was, banging on the door. And Kenya, rightfully so, was really upset. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Banging on the door. My daughter is in here sleeping." And, Marlo comes up with a million and one excuses. And then she gets really upset, goes, in the elevator, still talking trash, goes downstairs, and she tries to slam the door on Manetta. Gratefully, the door had a stopper. Like some doors are really heavy and you can't slam them for that reason. I'm glad that that was in place. Otherwise, it would have hit her full force. And so I feel like Marlo, she has been a friend of the show for so many seasons. And a lot of people, myself included, felt like because she showed up so consistently for so many years, that she had pretty much earned that peach, right? But what happens when you become a peach holder instead of just a friend of is that you have a responsibility, you have that added scrutiny. And I feel like between last season, with Marlo throwing her nephews out, and this season, her just lashing out at Candy, talking about how she was upset that Candy didn't help her get her record expunged, which is not Candy's responsibility. Like I watched Candy speak on it, and she was saying that, Marlo kept coming for her because, well, Candy basically, I mean, she had a myriad of reasons. Basically, I feel like it's because Candy is successful, right? So, you know, Marlo says, well, she goes back to her childhood trauma, which is extensive, right? Being in the foster care system, I can't imagine. And I'm really glad that Marlo has a life coach, but she keeps coming for Candy. And she was saying, back when I was a child and blah, blah, blah. And Candy's like, you're not going to keep bringing up your childhood trauma. And Marlo's like, well, yeah, I am. You were raised better. You have family. And she has this huge expectation, unrealistic expectation, by the way, of Candy. And I feel like she's projecting her need of a, maternal figure that she didn't have met when she was a child. I feel like Marlo would benefit a lot better from therapy. And having a life coach is cool, but I mean an actual psychotherapist, like a licensed board certified therapist. And I'm not even trying to shade her. I really want her to see that, you know, um, having labels and, designer clothes and bags and all that stuff is cool. However, it doesn't mean anything if you're tormented. It doesn't mean anything if you continuously project those unmet needs onto your castmates unfairly. Like with Candy, a lot of people I feel like are jealous of her success. She's very transparent in the way that she lives her life, and she's a very smart businesswoman who has, a loving husband, who, has beautiful children, but has multiple successful businesses. And I feel like that triggers a lot of people's insecurities, their feelings of inadequacy. And I'm not a psychologist, y'all. Don't get it twisted. But throughout my own healing journey, right, I've noticed that those things are unmet needs in Marlo, and she's acting out of a place of, emotional immaturity. And until she heals those things, all the designer and all the labels in the world are not going to heal her heart. And it's sad to see, because it's like, her slamming doors and beating down Kenya's door, and just obsessing over, Candy sending flowers to her nephew's funeral or not, or helping her get a record expunged. Like, she keeps passing the blame and passing the buck toward everybody else but herself. Like, eventually, hopefully, right, because Marlo's like in her 50s, hopefully she will be able to find that peace of mind, but also the therapy to unpack a lot of those unresolved issues and traumas. Because if not, it's just going to keep bubbling up to the surface. And it's really sad to see. Like, it's unfortunate, that she is so tormented. Like, that's what's being projected week after week, is Marlo's pain and shame and hurt and, unhealed trauma. And that's not entertaining. It's not. Everybody, coming for Candy and stuff like that. Like, that's not entertaining. I wouldn't even say it's boring. I would just say that it's uncomfortable to watch, and man, like, I wonder if one day, hopefully, that they will, if reality TV, continuously keeps going, and do, like, to the writer's strike, I'm not seeing it go away anytime soon, but I'm hoping that one day maybe they can have like an on-set therapist that can help, these women really address some deep-seated issues, because that's what I see. You know what I mean? And then Kenya sending, like, Sonya and everybody home, and she's like, well, say less. I can, be at work, and I'm trying to be here to support you, because Candy and Drew weren't in this episode in Birmingham. But it's like, it's a really fractured group. Like, there's no community within their friendship and their sisterhood. And then we have, Kim Zolciak trying to make a comeback, which, I mean, I guess she needs the money and she needs the work. But the last time she was on the show, she said that she would never come back. So, this is going to be interesting. I will keep you guys updated, but you guys drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I feel like, seeing a bunch of middle-aged women who are tortured by their past, traumas, is not entertaining to me, in my opinion. But I'm not obviously the only one, because the ratings are on the decline. So Bravo and everyone else notices too. So they either need to get an on-set therapist. Hopefully, Marlo can get an actual therapist or psychologist in conjunction with her life coach. Or, I don't know, maybe they do need to recast. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you later. Take care, Aces. Bye.